And it's a Friday right now. After work, I'm getting this vid out. Now, if you're tired of being stuck in the same place, living a life that doesn't reflect who you want to be, man, it's time to reinvent yourself. It's time to switch things up. I'm going to show you today exactly how to create a new version of you. Someone who's in control, confident, and living on your own terms. Because, man, let me tell you this. One of the worst things in life is not having that type of control over your life, being able to make the decisions that you want to make, and just have someone pretty much in control of you, telling where you can and can go, how your time will be spent, man. It's just not it. We're in 2024, almost 2025, and it's time to change things up. Now, number one, you got to take inventory of our lives. We have to take an honest look at where we are, looking at our habits, some of the routines that we have, even our mindset. We got to check it out, and also see what are the patterns that are holding us back, right? Because you got to understand, how can you know where you're going if you don't take inventory of where you are? It doesn't even make any sense. It's basically like you're trying to ride a bicycle before you even learn how to walk, or even just learn the fundamentals, man. You got to ride the tricycle, then you can ride the bicycle. So take one step at a time, understand where you're currently at. We also need to identify the weaknesses and strengths, right? Because think about it, man. Everyone in life has different strengths and weaknesses. Now, you got to pinpoint and understand, where you excel, where you're like that, where you really have some talent. And then on the other hand, you got to have the self-awareness and understanding, and really the humbleness, just to be like, all right, these are areas that I can improve on. Because having that awareness is going to help you have some direction, man. Simple as that. Now, number two, we need to set clear and specific goals. Man, there are so many people that just wander through a life. And man, I even said it in my last video, but it's true. Most people have no goals, and they really don't know where they're going. If you have no goals, you don't know where you're going. And you really, to be honest, unless it's written down, man, you playing around. You playing games and you're not serious about life, man. Write down your goals. Define what that new you looks like, right? Because we're trying to change from our old habits, our old self, and we're trying to reinvent ourselves. And man, you're going to have people around you that are going to have an idea of who you are, certain habits. They're going to try to keep you in this box. But at the end of the day, man, we cannot let other people's opinions define us. You have to define the new you. So think about who you want to become in all areas, right? Physically, man, do I want to get ripped? I want to get shredded, looking crazy out here? Mentally, right? Am I somebody who, mentally is on point? Do I have a great memory? Am I sharp with things? Do I have a quick wit? Whatever you want to be mentally, financially as well, right? Because at the end of the day, man, getting to the bag is important. As a man, you got to get to the bag. You got to be able to provide. Only people care about your results, and that matters. Also, emotionally, man, you got to be stoic. I'm going to be honest, stoicism, but just being tapped in. What does that best version look like for you, man? And you got to make measurable goals. In terms of goals, they got to be specific. So write it down, right? Understand that specific goal. It's got to be you got to take the action, man. So write down what that specific goal is for you and break them down into actionable steps, so that it's easy and you can track it over time, right? So you just break it down piece by piece, which is going to make it a lot easier. And if you're finding this video helpful at all so far, take a second to hit that like button, because it helps the channel grow. We're at 2 subscribers right now, so make sure people who need to see this message can see it. All right, number 3, and this is a big one. I kind of hinted on this, man. We got to change our environment, right? Man, you got so many negative people in the world today. People talk crazy. They love to just, basically bring you down to their level, right? People hate to see other people around them doing better than they are. And it's toxic, man. So you got to clean up your environment. Maybe you got to move. Maybe you got to leave your hometown. Whatever you got to do, man, you got to make that move. You have to. And create a growth environment, right? So get around people who are moving in the direction you want to move. Man, if you're trying to make money, Get around people who are wealthy, who are making money, who have that good mindset in terms of, man, I'm going to invest to flip this money. I don't need to flex. And even if they are flexing, man, if they are, man, they probably get in the bag, So be around the people that are going to be conducive to your goals. If you want to get in the gym, man, if you want to get a better physique, man, be around people that have an excellent physique. What is that going to do? That's going to put you in a spot to where basically people are going to say, man, I'm looking over, this is what you're going to say. I'm going to look over my shoulder and I'm seeing, oh, my bro is hitting all this weight over here. Man, I got to step up. I got to be competitive, because as a man, that's what you have to do. You have to compete. So create that environment. Next, you have to adapt new habits one by one, right? So focus on the small things. A lot of people want to run into self-improvement and they want to go after a million different things at one point, and no, that is not the way. Man, start small. Start with one small habit, right? Don't overload yourself because you're going to burn out. We all know people who, you start waking up at 5 a.m., you meditate, you hit the workout in the morning, and then what happens, man? People fall off after a week, after a month. Man, you already see the whole New Year's goals and New Year's resolutions. Man, the statistics are crazy. Majority of people cannot even keep the promises that they tell themselves. So don't let that be you. Start off small and work your way forward. Right? And as you start small, you begin to stack some of those habits. So start small, stack your habits one by one. You're going to be able to prevent some of that burnout. And what is that going to do? It's going to make it seamless for you, man. You starting small, and although other people may be next to you, they might look like they're making progress, they're doing this and that. All you got to focus on is one thing at a time. And when you pick your head up, what are you going to realize? Man, I've accomplished all of these small things that added up to where I want to be. Now, next, you have to shift your mindset. Now, embrace these challenges, right? Because you got to think about it like this. Every challenge is a new opportunity for you to improve and get better. Man, I've seen so many challenges in my life and people around me. And every time, to be honest, and I'm going to be very honest here, every time I've come across a challenge, once I get past that obstacle, I always say that it made me a better person, because it made me shift my habits and my behavior to be able to really be in the spot that I want to be. I want to be in control of my life, the decisions that I make. In order to do that, I need to make and control my mind. I need to be in control. I can't let vices, I can't let addictions, I can't let anything control me. I have to be in control. And man, that's how you do it, man. You got to embrace those challenges because it's an opportunity. That's the only way to look at it. And you got to remove the negative self-talk, man. I'm going to be honest. I've been around people to where, man, all they're talking about is negative. They're complaining about their situation. They're complaining this and that. And at the end of the day, they never want to do anything to change their situation. And I kind of look at it and I really resent people who have that type of mindset, because at the end of the day, you're the only one who can change your situation, and no one cares. No one cares if you're complaining what you have to say at all. Nobody. Unless it's your mom, basically. If it's not her, your parents maybe, nobody cares. So really that complaining is doing nothing for you except wasting time. Man, forget complaining. What you need to do is lock in and figure out where you want to go, and then figure out the action steps that you can take to get there, because complaining will never change your situation. And especially that negative talk, man, and that negative mindset, things like I can't, man, forget that. It needs to be I will. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. I mean, you see me, I'm recording in the car right now. It's Friday. I just got off of work, man, but I believe in myself. And I believe in the vision that I have for this channel. And that's why I'm posting this video, recording this for you guys. Next, you have to track your progress and stay consistent, right? So at the end of the day, we have these goals. We got these actionable steps. Man, track the progress. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Even a calendar is huge here, because, and I specifically use Google Calendar, but you can block out all of your time. If you got 1 million tasks, man, write them all out in Google Calendar, adjust the times. That's a huge productivity hack that helps a lot of people stay focused. And you got to know what your goals are. If you know where your goals are, you can break down your time and use it effectively. And what is also this is going to help you do is stay consistent, right? You don't got to be perfect. It is not about perfection. A lot of people think you got to be, if I'm not doing this perfect, I kind of feel off. I kind of feel discouraged. But that, again, is just going to slow down your progress from changing to the person you want to be. Man, just don't do that. Don't focus on perfection. Focus on really consistent action. And even if it's not perfect, man, at least you were better than you were yesterday. Now, next, you need to let go of the past. This is hard for a lot of people because you have this idea, right? You have these memories, what people tell you about yourself. And what does that do? That keeps you in a box, right? People think a certain way about you. Maybe you don't have a good diet. Maybe you don't eat well. Maybe you don't read. And people, when they see you doing these things, and they're going to notice. And what are they going to say? They're going to say, oh man, why aren't you eating? I see you only eating healthy stuff. What are you, on a diet, right? They're going to question you. And you need to let go of that. You got to understand that people want to see you basically at the same level as them. They don't want to see you pass them, right? So you got to release that old baggage, whatever it is, whatever mistakes that you're reliving in your mind, man, forget it. All that we have, right, is the present. So focus on the present and making the right steps, making the right moves, and that's just going to lead to the future that you want, right? So focus forward, put all that energy towards the future. Learn from the past, but don't dwell there, because right now is all you have and your time is ticking. All of our time, right? We don't have unlimited time out here, so remember that. Next, and again, we talked about this, embrace the discomfort and you got to take risks. Man, you have to take these risks, because if you don't take the risk, you lose the opportunity. That's one of I don't know who said that quote, but if you don't take the risk, you automatically lose the opportunity, and you're going to have even tougher time changing your life, man. So take the risk and go hard, because this is the only chance you have at life, at consciousness, right? Use the discomfort as a signal for growth. You being basically not in your comfort zone means you're probably doing something right. Maybe it's you got to go step up. You got to talk to that girl. Maybe you're afraid of talking to women. Whatever it is, step up. Don't be afraid to make that move. Whatever it is, man, lean into the discomfort. Lean into it, because it's your friend and it's telling you you are making progress. Now, if you're serious about transforming your life, and you don't want to do it alone, man, tap in with me. Join the community where I and our community help men quit the hub, man. A lot of you guys are dealing with that. If you want to regain control, get your confidence back, and really just overall be in control of your time and the actions that you take in your life, man, whether you're just getting started or you've already been doing this for a minute and you've made a lot of progress, I can provide, and my community can provide, a ton of support and accountability for you to help you really lock in. And you're not going to find this information anywhere else. So click the comment in the description. It's also pinned in the comments. And click and join the community. You will not regret it, man. I'm out.